Earlier this year, I bought an old 40-foot school bus at auction to turn into my full-time home. Once I got all the seats removed and gutted this thing top to bottom, it was time for the first major project, raising the roof 16 inches. If you want to see a full detailed process, make sure to check out my YouTube where I'm doing a full build series, or just stay to the end to see the finished roof raise. The first step in preparing for this roof raise was taking out all the stock school bus windows, which was a bummer since I really did like how these looked, but they're really drafty, super leak prone, and not quite suitable for full-time living. The next step, which took the bulk of my time and effort, was removing all 2,000 rivets I needed in order to lift the roof free after cutting. And the last step was creating a system to lift the roof, and we came up with a method that used 2 T-posts made from 4x4 lumber with bottle jacks underneath, and these were going to be the main lifters once we were cut free. Once lift day came around, we did add additional supports in the corners to keep the roof from swaying while it was lifting, so we welded these on in 4 corners, and they were crucial in keeping the roof from falling off the side while it was in the air. And then it was time to lift the roof, and honestly this was really sketchy and I was convinced the roof would fall off the entire time. You can see we had to stack pavers underneath the jacks because they weren't quite able to lift the roof all the way on their own. But once we had our system down, it went pretty smooth, but then the rain came in, so we did have to throw tarps back over the bus to keep the rain out. So once we were lifted and all covered up, it was time to weld in our inserts, which was pretty tricky for me since I had never welded a day in my life before this project, so I was learning on the job, but I think it ended up pretty good and it hasn't fallen apart yet, so I'll call that a win. And 26 inserts and some additional supports later, and we had a fully raised school bus roof, which honestly turned out much better than I expected since I had never done anything like this before, and it made a world's difference inside with the additional headroom. So let me know what you think and make sure to come back for the next one where I'm going to be finishing this roof raise by installing all my sheet metal walls around the bus.